In this lesson, let's go over the entire code block for creating a model in Keras. This single line of code is the framework for everything you do in Keras, so it's important you understand all the sundry components. On screen, you have 4 lines of code. The first line of code defines the model, and the next 3 represent the layers in the neural network. So, looking at this code segment, you know that there are 3 layers in this neural network. All right, let's break down this line of code. The word model is a variable. A variable is a placeholder in memory for an object. In this case, that object is your model. The equal sign is not an equality operator in Python. You don't read this line of code as model equals sequential. You read this code as model is assigned to sequential. In Python, a single equal sign is assignment and a double equal sign is equality. The word sequential is a keyword. It tells Python, everything I write after this keyword is going to be my neural network. Think of the word sequential as a container for your model. All right, let's move on to the first layer. The word model is the container, and the word add signals the addition of a single layer in your neural network. The next word is dense. This represents a fully connected layer. Next up is a number, and it represents the neurons in each layer. The example on screen in this line of code has 3 neurons. Next up is input dim. This stands for input dimensions. This is the number of data points or input values you pass to your model. The next word is init, which stands for initialization. This initializes the random weight values. The final line of code is activation. This is an activation function. The word stems from the way neurons in the human brain work. The neurons become active after a certain potential is reached. That threshold is called an activation potential. Mathematically, this is represented by a function that reaches a saturation after a certain threshold, like a signum or a sigmoid or a tanh function. This framework is how you create neural layers in your Keras models. Regardless of how many layers you craft, the anatomy is based on this line of code.